week of June 15 to 19 show. It is a truly tense and unpredictable week in Port Charles, where the shadows at Windermere seem to be stretching further than ever before. We find ourselves standing on the precipice of a massive explosion of secrets, and if you ask me, the chaos we are witnessing is only the beginning of a long, dark nightmare for our favorite residents. It seems like the walls are closing in on everyone. Just when we thought Christina was ready to pack her bags and head off to medical school at UCLA, a single, chilling, overheard conversation has turned her world and ours upside down. How could she possibly leave now? It seems like fate has a cruel way of anchoring her to Port Charles. When she stumbled upon that whispered exchange involving the dangerous Jens, she had every intention of walking away. But the moment the name Jocelyn was dropped, the air in the room must have turned ice cold. We have to wonder, could this be the catalyst that changes her entire trajectory? If she steps into the role of an amateur investigator, she is putting a target on her back that she might never be able to shake. This means that the search for the truth is no longer a simple mission. It is becoming a desperate race against time. We have all been fixated on the idea that Carly would find a physical ring, a classic, tangible clue, but the reality is far more digital and far more terrifying. If Carly has indeed bypassed the standard security footage and uncovered that partially erased video, it changes everything. Seeing Jocelyn being transported to a secret facility outside the main Windermere grounds is the kind of discovery that chills you to the bone. This isn't just a kidnapping anymore. It is a calculated operation, hidden in plain sight. It makes me think who else is watching. And how long has this facility been operating under the noses of everyone in town? Then there is the enigma of Cassius. For weeks, we have been watching him walk a razor-thin line, but it seems like he has finally reached his breaking point. If he is truly turning on Jens and feeding information to the authorities, he is essentially signing his own death warrant. Why would he risk everything now? Perhaps the weight of his own deception has become too much to bear. But this is the dangerous game of soap opera life. No one expected him to become the whistleblower. If he is the one connecting the dots for Carly, Christina, and even the embattled Brooke Lynn, then we are looking at a very fragile, very temporary alliance. Speaking of Brooke Lynn, have you noticed how the tables have turned? It is absolutely fascinating to see her transition from a suspected schemer to a victim of a much larger, more sinister plot. Someone is clearly manipulating the evidence regarding Jordan's accident, and they are doing it with surgical precision. To see Brooke Lynn and Willow, two women who have spent so much time at each other's throats, forced into an uneasy partnership to clear their names, is the kind of drama that keeps us glued to our screens. It suggests that the person pulling the strings is someone who knows exactly how to exploit the existing friction in Port Charles. Could it be that the enemy of my enemy is truly my only friend? The implications of this reach even further when we consider the role of Ross. We are starting to see that this isn't just about Jens and his petty vendettas. There is a massive, high-stakes project being funded in the shadows, and Ross is clearly the one keeping the coffers full. This project is the reason for all the secrecy, the kidnapping, and the violence. It makes me wonder what is so valuable that they would destroy so many lives to protect it. The truth might be exposed soon, but at what cost to the people we care about? As we look toward the end of the week, the tension is becoming unbearable. Christina's choice is the one that really haunts me. She is standing at the crossroads of her future, a medical career that promised stability and a new beginning versus the immediate burning need to save Jocelyn. If she stays, she is choosing a path of danger that could easily consume her. But can she really walk away knowing what she knows? The bravery required to put her own life on hold for a friend is commendable. But in Port Charles, heroism often comes with a devastating price tag. When the final raid happens and we finally see the truth about Jens laid bare, the relief will be short-lived. Why? Because the most chilling parts of these spoilers is the revelation that Jens is merely a pawn. He hinted at a more powerful accomplice lurking in the shadows, and that thought should keep all of us awake at night. If Jens was capable of this level of cruelty. What is the person above him capable of? This is a web so tangled that even when we think we have found the center, we realize we are only looking at another layer of the trap. Think about the psychological toll this takes on Carly. She has been fighting for her daughter with everything she has, and even when she finds the proof she needs, the danger doesn't vanish. She is playing a game against people who don't follow the rules. And what about Cassius? If he survives his betrayal of Jens, he will be a marked man for the rest of his life. There is no going back to the way things were before. The trust has been shattered, and the community of Port Charles is going to be left picking up the pieces long after the sirens fade. I find myself wondering about the long-term impact on Brooke Lynn as well. Even if she is cleared of the hit and run, the fact that someone was able to frame her so effectively suggests that her life is being watched, monitored, and manipulated by someone who knows her every move. This isn't just bad luck. This is a targeted attack. Willow, too, is finding herself pulled deeper into the orbit of these dangerous men. The alliance between her and Brooke Lynn might save them both today, but what happens when the immediate threat is gone, and they are left alone with the memories of what they had to do to survive? And let's not forget the emotional fallout for Sunny and Alexis. They have been supporting Christina's dreams, but watching her get pulled into this vortex is going to be a nightmare for them. How do you protect your child when the threat is a faceless corporation or a shadow organization? The helplessness they will feel is something I think every viewer can relate to. It is the ultimate soap opera dilemma, the desire to protect versus the reality of the danger. We are truly heading into a climax that will leave no one unscathed. The discovery of Jocelyn is just the beginning of the fallout. The real story is what happens when the dust settles and everyone realizes that the enemy was far closer than they ever imagined. The secrets that are being kept are not just about Jens or the project. They are about the very foundation of trust in Port Charles. Who is the puppet master? Who is the one holding the strings, waiting for the perfect moment to pull them? As the week draws to a close, the question isn't just about who will survive the raid, but who will be left standing when the true mastermind is revealed. We are looking at a shift in power, a change in loyalties, and a total disruption of the status quo. I am convinced that the person Jens mentioned is someone we have seen before, someone who has been hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to strike. The truth is coming, and it will be as brutal as the lies that have kept us guessing for so long. Are we ready for the fallout? Is Christina really prepared to walk away from everything she has worked for to fight this war? And what about the others? Can they ever truly move on from this? The uncertainty is the most intoxicating part of the mystery. We are watching a slow motion car crash, and we can't look away. I, for one, am terrified of what we might find when the smoke clears. If the person behind this is as powerful as Jens implies, then the real fight for the soul of Port Charles is only just beginning. What happens when the hero realizes that winning the battle has only made them a bigger target for the war that is yet to come?
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.